a completely armored, bulletproof room to put the money there. How much? It was enormous that he decided not to count it. Waited. For this, he asked 100 bill cash only. All of these packs inside of a shoebox. Every shoebox, $1 million. But there inside, tunnels to escape. 3 different ones. 1 tunnel there, some other, the backyard, and third, the river. The way to go, password, what will be, in our case, coca. So let's say that out loud, like El Patron, strong. You got to pay for this. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, coca.
Oh shit, boy, god damn. I ain't even know that. Yeah. He really was moving like that, bro.
Do you remember, guys, money, the way the painting is the way this place used to look like. The money, pile, shoeboxes. Safest were also here, but not for the money, guys. What for? The gold bars, diamonds and emeralds. The tunnel, right there. That's the easy way to escape. And the whole tunnels here led him to a main trap house. Under the ground, he got to the ranch, the main one called the Biscuit.
Through the tunnel.
So from one to the other to the other one.
How long is the tunnel?
Oh, this one was closed, a block and a half. But there was from that other one other tunnel, like 10 blocks. And on some other far away more. You want to see? Light it up and see it on the right.
Can you go in there? Can I go in there?
You can. Oh shit.
Recorded in there. Yeah, somebody get me going in here, please.
Guys, walls were completely armored.
You can't shoot through them.
Doors were the same. Completely bulletproof. For humidity. And because I want you to have a memory of your visitation here. Let's grab that big thing here. No, a piece. For a piece over here, if you want to go from. This is it. Money laundering, but investment, going increasing value all the time. He was collecting famous artist pieces and some other. Pablo wanted to be accountant, but he couldn't afford to pay the university. And the time he was trafficking like the king, he wanted the people to be what they wanted and got their dream come true. So he was sending all these persons to study everywhere they wanted. In the case of this guy, Julio Londoño, he sent him to study arts Italy for free. So when he came back here to regard Pablo, then he started making all these kind of pieces. This is what he meant. Symbolizing Pablo was good and evil inside. And you see that because it's a virgin but pregnant. Saint. Guys, Pablo was very Catholic. Specifically, he was devoted to this saint. It is a representation of Jesus Christ when it was a young boy. So the name of the saint, Holy Boy of Atocha from Spain. And Pablo had the idea, praying to the saint. He was making God protecting cocaine living here in the US, and because of that, nothing was going to happen till it got there. So he prayed all the time for having the cocaine blessed there. Family genealogical tree, excluding wife and 2 kids. Why? Because when they were to leave Argentina to be exiled, They changed the whole identity and they are not Escobar anymore. Parents, siblings, brothers and sisters, and nephew, the owner of the museum. Parents, like Pablo, were born Rio Negro. Mom, Herminda Gaviria, she was a preschool teacher. Dad, Abel Escobar, was a farmer's worker. Living there, Pablo was born December 1st, 1949, and the time he was 10, the whole family received an kidnapping attempt by guerrilla, and mom setting off and took them all to live here to Envigado, next city of Medellin on south. So now we're there. 2006 diabetes, 2001 heart attack. Brothers and sisters, most of them alive. The only to be dead, Pablo and Luis Fernando Escobar, they both died violent causes. He died for the Christmas Eve 77, 19 years old. Pablo gave him the truck. He decided to go and ride it. The police saw him coming, and because they were drinking alcohol, they stopped it, asked for the IDs, and the one he had, last name, Escobar Gaviria. It began the trouble to police. They tried to get him arrested and confiscate the car. So what he did, accelerated. So fighting with a police officer for the control of the truck, they went down a cliff, 10 meters depth, the whole died. When Pablo knew the police was wrong for autopsy, he called urgent meeting to Hitman to tell them, you all are going to be rewarded here. If you got me a plaque of every police officer you found on your way to be killed. Low rank, you'll have $600. But you get me here atop, and you will have 10,000. Sister, just sister, lawyer, living in Envigado, alive. Alba and Luz, alive, living here in Medellin. Argemiro, you see him, extremely alike. So it caused a separation. He lived always anonymously, avoiding the enemies, kill him, being confused now to his brother. So he's alive living in Guatapé, but no one recognized him as part of the Escobar family clan. Roberto Escobar, he was a cyclist to become the bookkeeper of a cartel. Why? He saw the money. So he's alive 77 but blind. The time in the jail he was enemies, Los Pepes, Pablo Escobar persecutors, wanted to kill him for the information. So to do that, they sent a letter with a bomb. They failed because he recognized that and he ran away. He survived, but he's blind and deaf. And after he left the jail, serving 14 years of 30, he's only now blind, but alive. His son, Nicolas Escobar, he became the one in charge of the money at the end. He wasn't part of the cartel, but the enemies thought he was, and he was targeted by Los Pepes. They tried to kill him and assassinate him and kidnap him. They failed on killing him, but he was kidnapped. So with a couple of bodyguards, he was taken to a house, and to make them rag, bodyguards were chopped into pieces with a chainsaw. He wasn't electrocuted. Pablo knew that on the radio, and because he knew the president of Colombia was working to Los Pepes, he called him to have a fast track to set him free. And throughout to say, I know you are having my nephew, and you should know this. I'm a man of honor. Everything I'm gonna say here, I'm gonna do it later. And you are having right now 4 hours to release this guy. You don't, I'm gonna kill your mother, your father, your grandmother. Granny's dead, no worries. I'll go and take her out of the grave to go and shot her back again. Then I will kill your dog. You don't, I will buy one for you. And once you get to love it, I'll shut the fucking dog too. Because you here now should know who you're dealing to. Me, the second most important man in the world after Pope. Pablo Escobar Gaviria, thank you very much. Hung up the phone. 20 minutes later, he was free. And he's the owner of the museum. Guys, this is a book handmade by Pablo. Why? Because he wanted to show why the traffic became a problem in Latin America. Why? Because consumer #1 of cocaine and drug has always been US. And he said, no worries. This is non-stopping business because it is just a matter of offer and supply. When someone wants something, someone will provide, and that's it. If I'm not, someone else will, as it happened. Pablo died this year, 30 years ago, and no one in the world reduced consumption because he died. But he said, you know, DEA is being created to fight only us Latin American traffickers. Why? Because there you go, you're from US. You tell me one name of an American trafficker DEA is trying to catch.
Like that.
No one. No one. Silence. No one. Not a single Smith there on the US. And he said, hey, this is it. What American takes is us. Take us the money from there out, Colombia, Mexico, or anywhere. But if you're working on the US, then you're a cool man. That is why. And second, he said, politicians are part of this fucking business, man. Because 5 tons of cocaine couldn't leave from here to Mexico and then US. Hey, no one knows? Hey, man. This guy is part of my team, Noriega. And he was part of the US team. He was a CIA officer. And Fidel was charging Pablo $1,250 for every kilogram of cocaine Fidel was holding storage in Cuba to take it all US. But Pablo wasn't taking just 1 kilogram. Pablo was taking 10 tons, and I mean 10,000 kilograms. You multiply that, 1,250, then per operation Fidel was making $10,250,000. Then you know why Fidel died with a net worth of $900 million. But this truth was uncomfortable for everyone in the world, that everyone destroyed this book. Now you can find it because the family Escobar could sell 2 in $500,000 each book, original. The copy is crazy, man, $61,000. But because instead the Escobar family wanted to put in your hand the chance to know the real history counted by Pablo Escobar, you can find it here, $200, signed up by my boss and a real hitman of Pablo. $200. Monaco building. This was the way to have family alive. Why? Traffickers could have everything but properties. Sorry, but home, just properties. He made the building the time of the politics. And because he became target number 1 of the government, the whole assassination attempts right there began. But second, he killed the Colombian Minister of Justice. Why? He did 2 bad things for Pablo. Showed up that picture where Pablo appeared smiling, the very first time caught with 30 grams of cocaine on him. 28 years old, 77. Then, the same guy committed another mistake, burned the biggest lab of cocaine on history in the world, Quiet Lab. Daily production of 5 tons. They spent a whole week long burning it, and at the end, they caused the very first shortage of cocaine on history. For 3 months, Pablo's man killed him. But 88, Cali cartel knew Pablo was trafficking in New York. You know where it's delicate, my friend? The territory of cartels. Hey man, when you go into mine, or the opposite, I go into yours, that is a problem. And the Cali cartel knew it, went to Spain, paid $1 million to terrorists to kill Pablo and anyone in this building. They don't care who was. But building was anti-bomb. No one knew that. Nearby, 3 more blocks far away, the house, the stash house he was the day, 3 blocks. The car bomb. Hiroshima, man. 518 kilograms of TNT. It blew up, but building was anti-bomb and only economic losses like the rest of the building. His baby girl was dead. And that was the reason for Pablo to be so angry, decided to call the Cali cartel to say, you already did means war to me. Because one thing is you try to kill me, I don't care. But you try to kill my family, hey man. Not going only to kill you, I'm gonna go to every single fucking drugstore you're having here then to tear them all down like you. And that was the moment for the war to begin. And the whole enemy is reunited with who? Cali cartel, joint guerrilla, or a military, president, police, National Guard, American, CIA, DEA, FBI, Interpol, and enemies, which is why he died 5 years after. Here, guys, rockstone on his grave, where you see Pablo was born December 1st, 49, and died right the day after, 44 years old. How? Pablo was hiding in a safe trap house like this, with the chauffeur of his parents for 20 years. Last man standing to trust. Where were the hitmen? Dead, brought on, in Venezuela, or just betraying Pablo? In the jail. Even that guy began taking care, he smelled the ant. So he called the police to get there and take Pablo to share the $10 million DA offered. But guess what? The police wasn't having the same idea. So once they arrived at the house, they took him out to be kneeled down on the sidewalk and shot it 28 times. Those who arrived at shots, Pablo listened but so on the second floor of it he was. So he decided not to go to the first floor. He instead jumped out of it to the rooftop up next. When he looked around the first, he saw the snipers, and the second, those weapons around. So he promised to do something. What? He was rather here to have a grave than a dungeon in the US. So he took the gun to put it here and then pulled the trigger to shoot himself as suicide. But why the government and Americans said, we kill him? What do you think it will happen to the $10 million reward if it was a suicide? No one could get the money, so it would be lost. And the Colombian government wasn't allowing that to happen. So they forced two doctors to talk in an autopsy that it was 3 shots here around the torso, but excluding the round around the head. One of these appeared 13 years later to tell the family the real shots around the head. And the family exhumed the body to prove all of this. But second, the heritage he was saving for his family, Switzerland, and everywhere around. How much? 7 trillion American dollars. Forbes estimated net worth in that as a result of a daily calculation of income of $69 million a day. And last, hidden under the ground, 20% of the whole US Federal Reserve. Then you know here, Americans are still searching for this money, 2023. Second piece of art, now to honor his father. The artist is the same for the Virgin, Julio Londoño.
It's a trick. I don't think you said it.
Guys, Pablo made the ranch in the middle of the jungle, El Dorado. Why? To have cocaine labs around, to take prevalence, to travel by 4-wheel trucks and avoiding police, get there easily. For the fun, jet skis, aerial sliding, and for the fun, motorcycle. And to fuel all that, fuel his own private gas station. There you have it. At that time coming from the ranch. And guys, the motorcycle, the best for traffickers, and most famous one, back in the 80s, Yamaha Cowboy. Maybe you're thinking it's slow, but it's a rocket man. It can go 90 miles per hour.
You hit up.
So you have to pull it behind, and you rock it up a hill, stairs, rooftops, rivers, creeks, mud. The point, guys, terrible noise. like a chainsaw, like rrr. So when you're listening here in Medellin to that sound, then you better run, guys. This Al Capone's car, an America's sweetheart, a babe, guys. Pontiac Torpedo, 1941.
That's probably that thing.
Steering wheel,
Spin with fire.
silver.
Why I say Florida State?
Sticker, just a crazy man. Right there, it was on the US. And guys, the bottom of the radio on ivory. So
Yeah, Florida
ivory
State,
is
you must be
silver.
getting that money in Florida.
Cars
Yeah, that shit definitely silver.
to be safe and protect. Hard to compete. Right, this one. Third car to compete, and he won the third place. That's the picture. You see him and Gustavo Gaviria celebrating. And neck races, he had money, and he competed Porsche. Now, you see him with his mom. He owned Con inside the ranch. The car of Al Capone, and another motorcycle collection. That one you see from Frank Sinatra, completely made in gold and silver. Guys, you need to move money, but not your money, big money. Do what Pablo used to do. What he did, hiding money inside of furniture. So you were thinking this was a drawer, but this was the best way to move money and earnings from here to there. How much inside? $6 million. Where? Compartments are here on the back. 3 million there, 3 million more here.
Well, we gotta see the barbers.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna spend some shit to pop out that.
But if you close this, you'll never guess $3 million here unless you carry it. Pablo first was smuggler, bank robber, and then trafficker. So the way to escape crime scene of a robbery was this way. He asked brother to go and pay motorcycle for confusing witnesses. You, like a witness here, when the police will ask you about the color of the motorcycle robber left, what was answered?
Same color.
Black, right?
Yeah, black.
What happened if you were there? That it was red. And then every time he was making a brand new robbery, colors were different, changed by his robber.
Oh, you gotta have
He made 21s and he wasn't ever caught because of this. Guys, this is the kind of things he was so loved by population because he made for the people churches, hospital, back of toys and food and clothing. He made fields to play soccer. Why? He wanted the young guys to be out of the coca consumption, but discover the new generation of soccer players. He said, when you are gonna see a good player of everything in an uptown neighborhood? No, never. So he made all these soccer fields there. And then houses. But he made like this, 3 neighborhoods. Even this became iconical. Because he made the time he saw the people living this way, Comuna 10, La Candelaria. And he was owning this terrain, making 1,000 houses to all the people living this way, but to live now dignity. Karaoke for singing competition. 3 microphones going here. Prize for the one who sang the best, $5,000 per song, right off. A microphone to a different person. The one of you 3 who sang the best, the machine recognized it, how? Clapping. And that was the one to take the money home. Guys, airplane for the money.
For the money.
That one in front of you. 5 trips, $200 and $1,000. And then, on the 5th last, right up on the gate of this ranch. Why? Because in the last trip, pilot asked, he asked pilot to go 30 million. So answer was, Patron, you're gonna make me crash. And he said, you're right. So let's put it right up as a reminder. But the defect, smoke inside.
He made money in
Only
that plane.
for money, cocaine, not enough room. The top, 800 pounds. And he wanted to go for more, man. Cocaine was here. Canadian firefighter airplane. They go in the forest to drop off water. How much? 5 tons. Pablo wasn't a firefighter, so then instead was cocaine. Next step, semi-submersible.
He got me one.
Like a shark. 8 tons.
Submarine?
Semi-submersible. Different than a submarine, because they are like top 4 meters. So, what is the point? They are undetectable by sonars in the bottom of the sea and radar sonar. And last way, 10 tons inside of the tires, inside of cargo airplanes. I'm sorry, ships, cargo ships, all the way to the US. So this was the way to get them all straight from here, crossing the whole sea to Puerto Rico.
You hard, my boy. You hard, my boy.
That's crazy.
Told you, Pablo used to travel by chopper, right?
Hey.
The big dolphins?
Yeah.
Those are easy to find around Brazil.
Oh, for real. So they ain't that much.
So, not that much.
Right.
But they are so rare.
Yeah.
Guys, 1990, Pablo forced the Colombian Supreme Court of Justice eliminate the treaties allowing extradition for Colombian traffickers to US. So the government knew they needed to deal to him. And they sent a priest. He proposed Pablo surrender, and he said, with all respect, Father, instead you need to tell them, so Bush and the Colombian president, this is gonna work on my terms. So my terms are, tell them, I'm gonna make my own jail, buying for myself, in the place that I want. I won't be moved like my co-prisoners from there anywhere else. I'm gonna choose my co-prisoners with me, my guys. The whole guardians, internal and external, I'm gonna choose them all. The felony to be judged and the sentence to serve, I'm gonna choose them all. There's a restriction for overflowing the aerial space for every single aircraft. And last, I need to say goodbye, Mom. So the day we're gonna share together, the whole police officer of Medellin needed to be in another city out. So Bush and the Colombian president approved, and Pablo began making that jail January and finished that May, surrendering June. Where? Envigado. Where exactly? His mom used to live here, so he bought the mountain in front of her house, but on the mountain, he made that. To talk to her, to hitmen, the people living around, protection, to avoid everyone go there. What the jail had? Disco, casino, cinema, bowling, restaurant, library, rooms with toilets and jacuzzi, but private for every co-prisoners. Gym, sauna, and a Turkish bath. And last, a field then to play soccer. To the whole soccer players of Medellin and national selection. But worse he did, he hired Diego Maradona to play right there, a soccer match to him for $5 million and 2 kilograms of.
He a good public speaker, ain't he? They got that shit down pat.
The reason for the jail, guys, sending Bush this evidence he was locked up to propose. 2 reasons to see there. First, whose prisoner you've ever met elegant to a mugshot as he was? Russian had in the Cold War. It was a way to say Bush. And last, the lock of the jail, completely open, to tell everyone in the world, I can walk out whenever I want. And I can prove that, how this used to work. I'm sending one of you inside like a patron. So the one to be a patron, black hat. So like Pablo, but not baseball.
I need the money too.
Look at the money. I hear it too. So, good for here. You see here, Pablo locked up himself, right? With a padlock. And the police found him behind the bars. But what do you think happened next after Pablo left the place? My friend, hold this. Slide it over. Just opened even with a padlock. Guys, second boat, that one. You remember? Told you. This house got two.
He just having fun. Talking about for the money.